வணக்கம் நண்பர்களே, இது மீண்டும் யோசி. நான் உங்க ரவீந்திரன் பேசுறேன். ஸோ இன்னைக்கு வந்துட்டு இந்த காணொலி வந்துட்டு இங்கிலீஷ்ல செய்யலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு முடிவு பண்ணியிருக்கேன். ஏன் அப்படின்னு சொன்னாக்க வந்துட்டு இதுல வந்து சில விஷயம் வந்துட்டு எல்லாத்துக்கும் புரியணும் அப்படின்றதுக்காக தான் இந்த காணொலி இங்கிலீஷ்ல செய்ய போறேன். ஓகே, ஸோ வெல்கம் கைஸ் டு மை வீடியோ. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் அ வீடியோ that I'm doing it in English specifically. Usually I used to do it in Tamil, but I want to do this video in English because I want to make sure that everyone understand what I was trying to say. So let's watch this short video clip by our former Prime Minister Tun Oh Tun, and we'll continue talking. Let's go to the video.
Clip and
dan kesyukuran kita semua kerana parti kita sudah pun didaftar. Parti kita ialah parti Melayu. Tak semacam yang lain. Kita dengan ikhlas, dengan jelas mengaku bahawa kita parti Melayu. Parti Bumi Putra dan Melayu. Dan kita sedar sebabnya yang kita tubuh parti Melayu ialah oleh kerana negara kita ini asalnya negara Melayu. Kita rela berkongsi dengan orang lain, tetapi tidaklah sehingga perkongsian itu menghasilkan kita menjadi yang termiskin, yang terendah, yang dihina di dalam negara kita. Hari ini kita lihat orang Melayu sudah berpecah sehingga mereka hilang kuasa. Kenapa? Kerana tamak. Masing-masing nak dapat tempat, nak pegang jawatan, bukan kerana nak berkhidmat untuk bangsa, untuk negara, untuk agama, tetapi kerana nampak boleh dapat duit pulangan yang lumayan. Orang Melayu yang menubuh parti bukan kerana nak berkhidmat untuk negara, tetapi kerana nak pegang jawatan tertinggi. Ada yang nak jadi Perdana Menteri, ada yang nak jadi Menteri, timbalan menteri dan bermacam-macam lagi. Itu yang mendorong mereka. Dan parti-parti yang ditubuh oleh mereka juga demikian.
Okay guys, so I believe that everyone has watched the video. So basically what he's saying in the video is he has started a new party. It will be a Malay based party, and the reason of he's opening this new party is because he wants to unite all the Malays, and obviously he wants all the betterment for the Malays. So here is the question arise. So if a prime minister has this kind of mind, a narrow-minded in my sense, saying that he would uplift the economy or the problems of the Malays, how about the other people who lives in Malaysia, for example, like Chinese and the Indians? Who is going to fight for them? As a majority, obviously, they would have all the beneficial things in the country. And for years, since the independence until now, the whole ministry is a Malay-based ministry. So in which place was the fault of the Indian or the Chinese leading to the downfall of the Malay economy? So in my opinion, what I see that the Malay leaders didn't play a good role in uplifting the economical status or the education status of the Malay itself. Despite we have like Mara and the NAP that was introduced to uplift the economical status of the Malays, and there is so much other. We have Bumi Putra loans that where you can buy house for a lesser price compared to the other minority groups. So with all this given, and yet y'all are still complaining that the Malays are still suffering. Yes, indeed they are suffering. I agree with that. But the question is, what was all these Malay leaders was doing and doing currently? You see, we Indians and Chinese, despite having whatever eligibility that we have, we fight hard, we strive for success. We don't get easy loans to start a business. We don't get an easy intake in universities and campus because of the quota system. And with all these challenges, yet we still try our level best to improve in our life. So the question here, you being a fourth prime minister and apparently the seventh prime minister and you are the longest serving Prime Minister of Malaysia, and you have tried your level best to uplift the economical states of the Malays. And if it's failing, I don't feel it's the problem of my fellow Malay brothers or sisters. I feel that you people, the political leaders, are just stirring racial tension and taking a benefit out of it. And then after that, if you'll watch the full video of Harith Iskandar, you would know the reasons that he was putting out later on. Okay, you see, so when you have a prime minister with this kind of mentality, so my question is, what are we as Indian and Chinese in Malaysia supposed to do? What should we do? Who do we go to, to seek for help or anything, any sort of thing? If you are putting the Malays at the first, who are we then? Are we not the, well, like they say, are we not the warga negara? So what's our state in this country? What is the message that Tun Dr. Mahathir is trying to deliver to us by this? So you need a separate party for Indian, a separate party for Chinese, and then they need to go and fight, or they need to form a coalition with the Prime Minister's government. And only that, then with all whatever they have to come out with, what are the problems and everything, and then there will be allocations for the Indians or Chinese. So how are we treated in this country? See, this is, I don't blame my fellow Malay friends, but the question is, a former prime minister has this kind of mentality. How about the people? A normal Malay people would think. They would think that, oh yes, you see, these Chinese or Indians are racist, they want to have their own school system and all those things. But the question here is, what does a school system has to do with the development of a people, or to have one identity? When everyone keeps on talking about one identity, we are Malaysians, we are Malaysian. When did any Indian or Chinese say that, oh, we are not Malaysian? You see, these sectors are labeling us as Indian, as Chinese. We don't call ourselves Indian or Chinese. We would be rather proud to call ourselves as Malaysian. But the question is how it's structured. That's the problem here. So without touching base and clearing all these differences, and you see, you're putting a state where the normal Malay people will think that, oh yes, Indians and Chinese are they are racist because they want to have their own schooling system. How does that even function when a major part of the economy is contributed to the Malay people? You see, this is the thing. This is the thing where it brings the racial tension. It's not about giving something to the Malay community. Yes, if you take in a scale of a percentage, yes, there is Malay people is still poor. I accept that. But the question is here, not only Malay, we have Chinese and Indians who are poor as well. So who is going to help for them? Who's going to help for them? So that's basically what I wanted to confess in this. And talking about a language, they see that language is a barrier because we have our own scholar aliran. We have language barriers. We don't speak proper Malay. So the question is here, what does Bahasa Malaysia role play in Malaysia? Where is the standard of Bahasa Malaysia in terms of economics? You see, when you go out to look for a job, okay, it's all English based. Okay, and you all introduce, in your particular government, you introduce science and mathematics to be taught in English. So you were the person who was giving preference to English, and you're talking about the Malay. So the question here is, with having a separate language school, doesn't make any difference when you don't have an official Malaysian language that should be used in economical terms. So when you don't use the official language in economical terms, what is the problem if I talk a different language? Because you are not giving equal importance to your own language. That's the thing here. You see, this what I'm talking is from my heart. Okay, I'm not trying to blame anyone, or I'm not trying to say anyone, but these are the things that is keep on stirring the tension in people's mind. And in and out, I see everywhere. If I see racial comment, not all Malays, let me repeat, not all. Okay, some people, these are the questions that they're asking. Why we can't have one united school? And he's giving a reference of like Indonesia and say they have only one schools and all those kind of things. Okay, you see, a language can be learned. Anyone can learn a language. We have people in Malaysia. Malay people can talk Tamil. Chinese people can talk Tamil and Malay, and vice versa. Okay, so I don't see language as a barrier here. Yes, if, as you mentioned, there are some people who are illiterate enough to unable to speak the national language. Yes, obviously that's something wrong over there. But again, only with that small thing, you are trying to put it in a way that the Indians and the Chinese are stealing all the wealth of the country. So this is what I wanted to confess in this video. So there is nothing racial or nothing intended here. But the question is, why are you all shedding so much of darkness to the minority group of people when you have everything? You have the politics, you have the economical power and everything, and yet you are blaming the Chinese and Indians. Where I don't get, it's so difficult for me to understand. Not now, since you was a prime minister, I was a school student. I've been seeing this from then until now. I'm around 30 plus. So when is this going to stop? When we are going to have a identity, a one Malaysian identity? When is this going to be possible even for Malaysia? When are we going to come out for all this stupid racial issue? And when our political leaders are going to talk about people rather than talking about all this stupid race and religion thing? When are you all going to come out from this? You see, this is not only my personal anger. I believe that all the minorities, it can be Chinese, it can be Indian, everyone would have this anger within them. It's not my fault that my grandparents came here. It's not my fault. And we really appreciate, okay, we really appreciate what has Malaysian done for us. They've given us shelters, they've given us the Warga Negara and all these things. Yet we just need to be treated equal. That's it. Okay, you don't need to treat me equal in giving me loans or all this extra what you are giving for the Bumi Putra. I don't need that, but please give us some respect as a equal human being who deserve to live in this country. You see, not getting this is the problem. Okay, obviously you can talk about, we have multi-millionaires as Chinese and Indians and all those things. Again, I'm asking you why you don't have a multi-millionaire in a Malay community. So whose fault is this? By you are the prime minister and you having all the ministries as a Malay in this country, and yet you are blaming others, saying that this country is not growing, and you see you are miskin and all these kind of things. Again, we need to rethink all these things. You can be a Malay, you can be an Indian, you can be a Chinese. Okay, as a minority, I feel this very discriminated living in this type of society. You know, and when always you hear this, they call it pendatang balik negara kamu and all this kind of things. Okay, so I'm contributing to the country. I'm paying my I'm paying my tax and all the other things. So what? Since I'm a minority, my tax is not enough for the country? I have no idea where is our country going to if we have the topmost leader of a country and serve twice. Our prime minister is having this kind of a mindset. What is going to be our fellow Malaysians' mindset? I have no idea. So thank you guys for this video. Anyway, this video has nothing to do with Haris Kanda's show. I just saw his interview. It was super amazing, and obviously he had some good questions as well. Do watch his show as well. It's very good, and it's knowledgeable. So that's all. I hope one day we will have an identity as a Malaysian, despite of all this petty issue of schools, don't know how to speak Malay and everything. Lawmakers, please come with a solution. And I beg all the Chinese and Indian lawmakers, please see what are we going through. Okay, you want to be in the government, obviously that's good, you're trying to help out, yes, we appreciate it, but you need to seriously put a conclusion to this. This is Ravindan signing off. Bye bye.